Hey, what's good, people, man? Platinum Bearded Dread, offering up tips on how to navigate through this thing called life. Tells on the bike there for me. When was the last time you had a good night's sleep? Woke up for work, refreshed, full of energy, ready to go. Oh, wait. Oh, seriously though, remember the days when you were little and you slept as long as you needed to sleep? Mummy didn't wake you up until you woke up. Seemed like a billion years away. Now, in fact, even back then, even when he was at nursery, if you nodded off, the teacher would put you in a nice little cozy spot until you woke up again. Those were the days, man. Now, since primary school now, getting woken up by an alarm clock or someone yelling at you to get up. Firstly speaking though, I trained myself off using an alarm clock in my teens. But anyway, that's for another story. But we don't realize how detrimental lack of sleep is to our health. And before you say that I'm trying to low-key promote the lazy person's guide to living, I want you to hear me out, yeah? Likewise, in the same breath, all you young entrepreneurs, what do they call it? I can't say that word, man. Entrepreneurs, you know, bossing it, getting by on 6 hours or less of sleep a night. You want to listen to this, because this is for you too. And trust me, if you don't, you won't be around long enough to reap the fruits of your labor. Because after this, after what I tell you, you'll be looking at your boss sideways, man, saying to yourself, the audacity of it all. You know, you're coming into work super early, and every day is impinging on your health. But anyway, let's get into this. And if you think that I'm exaggerating, check the stats, man. They did some research in the UK, America, and Asia, and they found that those who get by on less than 6 hours of sleep a night were 12% more likely to die of a premature death. Also, all road accidents, 20% of them, within that 20%, a quarter of them were fatal or serious, again attributed to lack of sleep. Now this is serious, man, because you know we just take it for granted that we get up at work all groggy and blah blah, but we don't realize in the long term what it's doing. And it's almost like it's just become part of life. But let me hit you up with some more bad news in regards to if you think that it's only sleep. The CDC, Center for Disease Control in America, have linked lack of sleep to a whole manner of host of chronic illnesses, including heart disease, type 2 diabetes, inflammation, high blood pressure, Alzheimer's, mental illness, depression, and trust me, it goes on and on and on. And again, we're just looking at it and we're just saying it's only sleep. I remember when there was someone that I knew very dear, that was very dear to me, and she got a cleaning job, and you know, it was a lot of hours, and it was actually good, very, very good pay. But it was what we call unsociable hours. So she would get up at 4 a.m. and be at the bus stop at 4:30 a.m. when no one was outside. And you know, when you're walking through the cold and the fog, and there's just no one on the road apart from the odd night bus and the odd car. And she would maintain that and do that. She did that for years and years and years. In fact, she did it for nearly 20 years. But then, towards the end of those years, she developed early onset Alzheimer's, and bit by bit, it contributed to her death, early death. And now, when you look at things like that, you know it's not a joke. You know what I mean? It's serious. And there's a lot of people that do, you know, what they call the night shift. And it's something to think about, because money can't pay for the amount of potential damage we do to ourselves if it means lack of sleep or unsocial work and unsocial hours. And that stuck with me. It really, really stuck with me. So what can we do, you know, to offset? Because we're living in this world, right? Some of us don't work for ourselves and can get up when we want. Some of us have a real boss. So what can we do to offset the wickedness of the, you know, a boss man who just wants you there regardless of how it affects your health? What can we do to tip the balance a bit in our favor? Well, first thing, go to bed at the same time every night. Set a time that's realistic for you and stick to it. Because what will happen is that over time your body clock will get used to, you know, that particular time, and it will actually start getting tired around that time. But it's important that you stick to it. So go to bed at a set time and stick to it. 2, make sure your last meal was no more than 2 to 3 hours before you went to bed. Because remember, your body's still, long after you've eaten, your body's still digesting your food. And there's nothing worse than laying down flat on your back on a full stomach. So make sure you leave at least 2 to 3 hours before your last meal and bedtime. Flies, man. So that you can get plenty of time for your food to digest. The next point would be switch off all the gadgets, you know, mobile phones, TV, all of that. Switch it all off before you sleep, way before you sleep, because the brain is very, very active, and it's still being stimulated long after you've turned the gadgets off. So give yourself some wind down time, either silence or read. And then the last point I would add is, don't worry, don't stress yourself out and worry about trying to get to sleep, because there's nothing worse than not being able to sleep than being stressed and worried out about not being able to sleep. So relax, do what you can, breathe, and the sleep will come. Oh, there's one more thing I would add that I forgot, and that's exercise. If you can have an exercise regime, I don't know, 2, 3 times, 4 times a week, doesn't have to be too intense, then your body will start to naturally get tired towards evening time, because you'd have used up a lot of energy, not just from work, but you know, things like movement, excessive movement. So exercise would be a very good one to add to helping you get to sleep easier and earlier. Don't be one of those people that you know, that say it's all about the money and being a boss, and their health is deteriorating. You can see it in their face, in fact. And nothing is worth compromising the quality of your life no amount of money worth compromising the quality of your life. So, I hope you got something from this, man. Like I said, it makes you think about sleep very, very differently when you really, really take on board all those points. Remember, there's only one of you, man. We only come here once. So do the best, do the best you can with what you have. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what kind of job you do. Maybe it does demand a few hours, but let me know your thoughts, comments. I love to read them. Like and subscribe and all. Oh God, I've got a fly in my eye, man. Like and subscribe and all that good stuff, and we can do this again. Platinum Bearded Dread. Yeah, man.